Oh my God. George.
How are you?
Good. Sit. How are you, George? Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Fresh as a daisy?
Yeah.
How did the bathroom go? You all right?
Yeah. You have the cameras?
We have cameras in there, yeah. Did you take a good one?
It left my scent.
Huh?
I left my scent.
Oh, you had to drop a deuce before you came in?
Yeah, nice.
All right, here's the thing.
But I want to talk about what he dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Was it solid or was it, was it messy?
It's solid.
Solid? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's healthy.
I love the fact that you actually answered that question.
Why not? What are we going to do? Talk about Cheers? He doesn't want to hear about Cheers. Let's talk about our dumps for a while.
Are you tired of hearing about Cheers?
Whatever.
You don't care?
I don't have an agenda.
All right. So what
Other than I need coffee.
We could get you coffee.
No, it's actually
the
press rep is on her way.
What?
The press rep is on her way.
Is she bringing you coffee? So you tired? You and who played Cliff? I don't know his name.
John Ratzenberger.
John Ratzenberger is sued because they were using your likenesses in these Cheers-like bars. What was it, in airports?
Yeah.
Were they mannequins? Were they dummies or just voices?
They were
like
audio animatronic, like robots.
Yeah.
Do you get tired of being, as a guy who was, it became a very iconic character, do you get tired of being associated with that, like as an actor?
Well, I don't spend much energy like worrying about it, so it doesn't make me tired or anything. But it's it's not really anything I can control.
But have you gone out for things, or they said we want you for something, but they're like, no, we associate you too much with that?
Oh, yeah, I should think, yeah. Actually, they probably don't even see me, based on that, if that's what they're thinking.
Do you like television now?
Are we on radio now, by the way?
Yes, we are.
I just wondered. I thought we were shooting the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
actually a compliment.
That's a compliment. That's how we do our radio show. We don't need it all polished and nice, George. We like to talk about your dump, a little Cheers action, and we'll get you out of here so you can go back to bed.
George didn't know if he was actually on there. Yeah, we are on there.
Yeah,
this is where we kind of talk.
You're not a morning person, are you?
No.
Well, if you drink beer, it's tough to be a morning person.
I was actually, out with friends last night, and this really does not fit into my schedule.
What time did you go home?
Not too bad. I was 12:30 or so. But I left to my own devices. It would have been worse.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm a professional.
So you went to bed. You had a few?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So you were.
How many's a few?
I don't know.
You don't really keep. You don't keep track,
I don't
right?
keep track.
More than 6?
Probably about 6.
About 6?
Maybe it would have been more if I had didn't have a 7 o'clock wake up.
Sure.
So you have to get up and do radio this morning and just promote the paperback. That kind of sucks when you're out and you want to have a few more drinks and you got to.
Yeah. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, the book's about beer.
The book's about beer. Yeah. So I was doing my research. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Exhaustive research.
You should come in here really hungover. It would help sell the book. I'm thinking.
So you like? I'm sorry.
Good. No, go.
Are you a hard drinker? I mean, I was at one point too.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it that hard, but I drink pretty much every night.
Every night,
unless I have some reason not to.
Yeah, that would be a hard drinker. I mean,
you think so?
Yeah, man. I mean,
okay.
Sure.
Good. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Then
it's cool to not have to get up though. Like as a guy, like you're an actor. You're obviously set because you Cheers an 11-year run you were on.
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself set.
Yeah.
But,
look at
I have 5 kids.
The look he gave you.
Crazy.
Well, you have 5 kids?
Yeah, so
So you don't get the residual checks?
I get the residual
you get them, but
no,
they're not big checks, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're okay. I need to keep working and all that.
So you get this impression that a guy does a show
like Cheers, you're set for life.
One of the biggest of all time.
Yeah.
Well, I could be set for life if I had like no kids and lived in a, double wide in Idaho or something.
Right.
I'd be set for life.
Mm-hmm. Do you are you a guy who is really responsible and smart with money? Like I got to sock it away. Or are you one of those guys who's just like,
nah,
enjoy it while it's here?
I just enjoyed it, and I did sock a good bit away, but just enough for the kids' college and stuff. So I thought, but no, not even close.
Really? So as time has gone on, the college has got more expensive.
Yeah,
cost of living goes up.
Yeah.
And now you're at a point where you're like, shit.
Yeah. I better write a book or something.
Is that really? Is that that's see? That's a very. Are you scared?
Of
Meaning, like, are you at
broke?
a point where you're like, I'm a little worried here about the money?
Yeah. Well, who isn't in this economy?
Ted Danson, probably. You know.
Well, no, you'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, he's always complaining. I'm like, well,
He's complaining about money?
Well, you know, he has in the past. Yeah.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, I know. Shocking.
You should have. Has Ted invited you to do his new show?
You bored to death?
Yeah.
No, but it's not his show, really. Thanks.
Well, he's the star of the show, though, right?
Yeah, Ted is.
Well, I guess he's the biggest name, but
Biggest name
he's not
on the
like
show.
the lead guy or anything.
Yeah.
No, he's the second lead to Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah. Jimmy did his show. Huh?
I did one episode. I have. Yeah.
So you have something in common. You both did work with Ted Danson. That's kind of cool, Jimmy.
He's actually very like a nice guy. It's kind of
You've done
intimidating.
lines with Ted Danson.
Yes, but
That's right.
I had one liner.
As George doesn't get the phone call at home, you're hanging out with Ted Danson. That's got to be comfortable for everybody in the room.
But you know what it is? It's probably that it's awkward to use people from the same show in different projects because then all of a sudden it associates everybody with the own show. But I'm interested in the fact that you leave Cheers or Cheers is done, and you think, all right, for the rest of my life, I can just kind of cruise, do some plays, whatever, right? Just do what I want to do. And when does the realization hit that, like, shit, the money, there is a cap on it?
It was a couple years ago.
A couple years ago?
Yeah, my youngest is 20 now, so.
Oh, you're getting there.
Yeah.
You're getting there.
Yeah, I'm almost off the hook, almost.
So what happened? He was going to college and...
Yeah, everybody, all of them, like.
Are you married?
Yes.
All right. I was wondering if there was a divorce in there because that could hurt.
Nah. Ooh, yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Now that might be why Ted was.
Bitches.
Oh, is he divorced?
Right, I had it.
Oh, is he a divorced guy? I didn't
We don't
know
need
that.
to get into that.
Have you done another series since then, or have you worked a lot, or no?
Yeah, I've done a couple of short-lived series, and it's tough sledding out there. I don't know how to. If anyone knew how to make something work, they'd do it all the time. So it's kind of an alchemy thing. It's kind of although Ted's gone on 3 things.
So Becker, and then this.
4.
Yeah.
Becker, Damages, this other.
Is it depressing at all? When you look at, you were an actor before that, right? You're going out, you're doing auditions, and then you get Cheers, and it goes to what it goes to, and then when it's over, does it become a point where it's like, it's not like the star treatment anymore? Is there a depression that comes with that?
No.
No. How long does it take to kind of hit home? Like, okay, that's done now. I have to move on to something else.
Yeah, that's a bit of an adjustment because, it was rather dizzying heights. There were parades thrown in our honor and stuff. You feel like the Pope,
Right.
Thousands of people on the streets in Boston and stuff. And then, so it's a bit of an adjustment, but it was very sort of amorphous and vague, and probably took over the course of 5 years or something to.
And then what was it? It must have been something like, was it something you wanted to do that you weren't able to do, like a role you wanted to do, or what was it that hit you that you're like, ugh, all right, now I have to kind of start over a little bit?
Nothing that I can think of right now that was a specific moment, but just in general, you kind of don't get as many meetings or something like that.
Calls don't come back as fast.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you watch the show when it's on?
No.
Why would he?
No. I mean,
Just
like
'cause
if I'm channel surfing and I run across it, I may just sort of stick with it until the next commercial, kind of going, what was that bit? Oh, yeah, that bit. And that's all.
Do you when you watch it, does it feel good, or is there a kind of a bitterness with it?
No, it's not bitterness at all. It's just kind of. I guess I'm like any other American. It's just part of the landscape.
Sure is.
So the drinking. I want to get back to the drinking. I like the fact that George was honest. He said he drinks every night.
See, Jimmy stopped drinking and doing drugs at 17.
18.
18, I'm
Yeah, I
sorry,
was
18 years
18 when I
old.
quit.
He knew he just couldn't do the drinking thing there, George.
I was not a functional guy when I drank. Are you, as a guy who drinks every night, have you had gigs that kind of got messed up because of it? Like you're supposed to have a call at 6 and you get there at 8, or
No, I don't. When I say every night, it's not. that's if I'm left to my own devices.
Right.
If I have something, like for example, when my kids were in grade school, like I would only drink on weekends because, I had to like hit the deck at 6:30 or something, and feed them, get them out the door, blah blah blah.
Because they don't understand hangovers, right, George?
That too. And then the night before, I was always like, now did you do homework? And so, I was a lot more responsible. But now I'm just sort of sliding back into my like college days.
Where you can kind of do what you want.
Kinda, yeah. Unless I have a gig.
Does it feel good, or does it kind of feel like floating somewhere?
It feels fine. I frankly, I wish I was busier, and then maybe I'd, probably, take care of myself a little better if I was busier.
You mean eating better, or do you mean drinking less, or
just drinking less?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I eat well.
Are you
probably why.
Are you a vomiter?
Working as much.
No. You mean vomiter
From
like
drinking?
No.
So you never throw it up?
No. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Actually, I did it when a couple summers ago. My brother poisoned me.
And you threw up?
Yes, it was so frat boy. It was like, yeah.
Are you a blackout drinker?
No.
No, you remember everything?
Yeah.
You have to make I used to make the phone calls. There's got to be some calls you make where you're like, what exactly? Where they call you back and you try to piece together the night before, but you have to act like, no, I remember that.
No.
No? So you drink a lot, but it hasn't really affected you that badly.
Well, I don't know. I'm obviously grossly overweight. Maybe that's, could have something to do with it. Could be an effect, but no, other than that, I wouldn't say. No.
Does the weight, is it something like, for me, it's sex. Eating is tough. I think eating and sex are very similar because you can't be abstinent. Like, you know what I mean? You can not drink, you can not do drugs, but you can't not fuck, or you can't not be sexual, you can't not eat. So has it been something that's always been a struggle for you where you're like, all right, I kind of want to fix this, or, how do you kind of take that on?
What? The
weight, yeah.
The weight? Just try to, exercise a lot. And if I, obviously I know how to lose weight. The hard part's keeping it off. So, it's kind of fun to lose weight, because it's all very active and, when
you're going to do that?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can do it pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
It's just because it's just like maybe several weeks, and it's like people are going, "Oh my God, you look fabulous!"
Yeah,
and then just gets really boring.
And it kind of motivates you to lose more and then you go right back to.
Yeah. Sounds like you need beer, George. I think that's what Jimmy's getting at. You need beer.
No, George, kind of. You seem like a little. I know you're tired too because morning radio is a bitch.
Yeah,
but you seem a little bummed. A little
really?
bit. Yeah, slightly bummed.
Jeez. I don't know. But, maybe if we change the subject, maybe I wouldn't be. But
okay, all right.
But that's you can talk. You talk.
Well, it's
about
hard to change the subject when the book is called "Drinking."
Yeah,
with
I guess
George.
that's what kind of motivated me to talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
Because it leads into the book, "A Barstool Professional's Guide to Beer: Drinking with George."
Yeah, that's kind of.
It's fun. Yeah, that's it. It's a laugh a minute.
Well, what could you tell us about the book there, George?
It's just a couple dozen anecdotes from my life regarding beer, involving beer in general. And there's all sorts of tidbits, little factoids about beer and stuff like that.
What made you want to write a book about, obviously you like to drink, but what made you want to write a book about beer? Because your life is probably interesting. Again, you're a guy that everybody knows. Mm-hmm. So what made you want to just tie the alcohol in with it?
Just kind of playing off my image from
his character
show,
was known to
right.
tip a few back.
Do you get to a point when you're doing a show where you're on for a long time where you start to want to change direction in the way they're portraying you? I think they said Larry Linville from MASH, who was Frank Burns, they said that was, the producers always said that was one mistake they made, was they never allowed him to kind of go beyond just being idiot Frank Burns. Like everybody else evolved, but he didn't really evolve as a character. When you're doing something for 11 years, do you get to a point where you want to, I want this guy to be taken more seriously, or I want this guy to do this, or whatever it is?
Didn't happen to me. I didn't feel that way. It was a big group of folks. There was, 7 or 8 of us usually, series regulars, and it's only 22 minutes. So you kind of had to, make do with your little angle of the show that week, whether it was,
sure.
Whether it was the story was about you or whether the B story was about you or, it didn't really matter.
How about Kirstie Alley? You mean, obviously know her well. She's making a weird living now. Like, it's a weird... It's kind of like it's something that obviously hurts her, is being the weight, and she keeps going like
She's pretty fat.
She is, but she's like trying to take it.
No one ever thought she would become a big girl, George. Did you see it on set at Cheers?
No.
Yeah, she's like a completely different person now.
But what's interesting to me is not the fact that she's heavier. It's the way that it's almost like taking something that hurts you and owning it to make it comfortable. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, for me, I'm a perv. I get hookers, all that shit. So a way of me not helping it, and a way of me of fucking owning it.
Yeah.
And using it in you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what seems to have
I don't know. Yeah.
You don't talk to her anymore?
Yeah, I speak with her now and then.
Now and then? Yep.
Yeah. She's hilarious.
But does she get tired of the whole the fat actress thing, or is she comfortable with it? Or
I haven't spoken with her about these issues, whether she's tired of that or tired of tabloids, and, it's not really what we talk about, but so I can't speak for her, and she speaks so well for herself, so...
Yeah, she is. I mean, I'm just kind of, I guess from my own experience, just interested. That's all.
Yeah.
I read half your book, George, and I didn't get to the end where you have a whole chapter on rehab, I noticed. I didn't get there yet. What's your thoughts on rehab? Because there's a quote that starts the chapter. It says, "Why is it that when you drink 7 nights a week in college, you're a partier, but after that, you're an alcoholic?" So you don't believe in rehab, right?
Well, yeah, no, I have lots of friends and family, indeed, in rehab, and rehab. Well, in recovery, as I say.
Sure, yeah,
and and I think it's awesome, and I've thought about it as a career move. Because I think there's some serious networking done at those meetings. But I've also thought about becoming a Cub fan as a career move. Just because all the cool guys are.
But have you thought about quitting? Like, I'm not saying you need to. I just don't know.
Yeah, no, I've quit from time to time. Not in a comprehensive way where I've joined the program or anything like that, but just out of discipline,
Just because, say, like, all right, I know this might be getting a little out of hand, so I want to see if I can do it for X amount of time.
No, not because I thought it was getting out of hand. Just because, I was on a diet, or because, I just felt like it.
What's the longest you're able to stop? Or that you chose to stop?
6 weeks, maybe a couple months, something like that.
How good did that first one feel?
That was great. I was in Amsterdam. I was like, I know I'm going to drink again, have a beer again.
Yeah.
So, like, if I don't have a beer in Amsterdam, and then
of course.
I'm going to be, like, down at the corner and just, have some crap beer.
When you were, you kind of, it's kind of hard when you're portrayed as a guy in a show who drinks. That's your thing. You're the guy who's sitting there with a beer, you're Norm. Did that kind of make you drink more, or was that the guy you were when you kind of came in?
Kind of was the guy when I came in. A lifetime in the making, the preparation for the role. And
it happened to work out, and it happened to give you a great role.
Yeah.
So you write a book about drinking. I don't mean to obsess over the drinking. It's just, it is the book.
Yeah, it is the book.
Because to me, we write what we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've written stuff, and it's like you kind of write with the stuff that's good about you and the stuff that's bad about you. So to me, like, the fact that George wrote this, and you could have written about anything, because, again, you are who you are. It says something. It's like, I know you love beer and it's fun, but to me, that's like, that's owning something that is, at times, maybe frightening.
Yeah,
I think so.
Kind of like the Kirstie thing?
In a way, for me, the sex, yeah. Or in a way, owning stuff that is, or somehow taking something that's bad and hurting me and making it work for me. Mm-hmm. That's just why, I guess that's why I'm talking on it.
That's okay. You can talk whatever you want.
Now, this is the soft cover, right?
Paperback.
So, paperback, yeah. I mean. So did you add anything to the paperback? That wasn't in the original book?
I added one more thank you or something.
That was it?
The cover's softer.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Did you?
No, why would I add to?
Well, no, that's what people do to sell more copies.
Oh,
you
like
add a
the
little to the
special
paperback,
version,
so
the
the people, the people that bought the hardcover go, "Wow, now I need the paperback because he added a chapter."
I've added chapters to both books in paperback because it kind of motivated people to go out, like, because they're like, "Why would I buy the same book I have?"
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Just it kind of, all right, I'll buy it because it's $15 instead of $25. It's got an extra chapter in it.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking. But what? I guess.
Let me go to the phones. Kevin from Connecticut. We got George Wendt in studio from Cheers fame, of course. Kevin, what do you got?
Norm!
He can't hear you, buddy. He's got George might be headphones on.
He yelled Norm, which is
I
kind of
could
fun.
hear that actually.
Yeah, that's fun,
from
right?
The table.
Fun for everyone.
Yeah,
Kevin, what do you got?
When you were on Cheers, did you actually drink beer?
Nah, it was fake beer, non-alcoholic beer.
Couldn't drink it?
The director
real
thought
beer?
Cass might get sluggish, according to
I'm
our
having
director.
real beer right now for you, buddy.
Really? All right.
Now, there was never a time that there was a real beer just for the hell of it.
Oh,
like,
yeah, towards the
yeah,
end of the
course.
evening, we convinced
When-
the prop man to slip some real beers in because we were mostly done.
Yeah, they had their takes, and sure, why not
One last
enjoy a
thing,
beer?
What's that, sir?
One last
Enough
thing.
about the
Sure.
beer.
Loved you in Dreamscape, buddy.
Oh yeah, Dreamscape.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right,
bye.
thank you. Let me say hi to Greg in Jersey. Greg.
Hey, what's up, George? How you doing?
Good.
Hey, George, I was at I was a Paramount VIP for the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
What time did you guys start drinking? Because the whole cast, you guys were all shit-faced.
You talking about in Boston when the episode
Yeah.
aired?
Correct.
We started drinking when the show aired. When we got there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was a 2-hour show, and nobody thought to feed us, and we were just a little lit up.
Oh, a bunch of booze, no food.
Yeah.
Is it hard? Oh, sorry,
Hey, Jimmy, stop being such a freaking downer, too. Let the guy drink.
I'm not being a down and not letting him drink,
Yeah,
sir.
really.
It's like I believe me, I relate to George in a certain way, and he's written a book about something. So what kind of an idiot would I be if I didn't talk about the guy he comes in, he goes, and this I'm not saying how you doing? I'm hungover. All right, my book. What's it called? Drinking with George. All right, well, how do we not go there? To me, that's really interesting.
Of course.
That's great.
I didn't say I was hungover. I hadn't had coffee
All
yet.
right, actually, all right. You're correct. I did say
It's a big part of his life, the beer.
it is.
Do you drink anything else?
Yeah, the odd shooters.
The odd shooters, sure.
Yeah.
So what is your I guess what's your favorite beer? I have to ask.
Oh,
you that.
that's a great.
You know,
question.
honestly, I don't. I'm a creature of whim. Like I just like.
Let's make
can
history
stand
today,
there.
because I know you've never
No.
said what your favorite beer is. Let's make history today. What's your favorite beer, if you had to
I
say?
swear to God, I can't do it.
I believe him too. I really do. What is all right? What beer sucks? There's got to be one that you won't drink.
I don't really like the some of the new craft brews that are like seasonal and fruity and pumpkiny and raspberry. Those.
You want it to
sorts
taste
of
like
types
fucking
of-
beer.
Yeah, I like beer and yellow or dark or in between. I'm sort of digging the craft brews, obviously, but I'll just grab a 6-pack of anything. Depending on how I feel.
I used to drink the beer. I found was awful. Was because I was young. I couldn't have no money. So one of them was Meister. You ever drink Meister Brow?
Meisterbrow.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. But you can get
Really?
a cake for it. Oh, but we never drank it cold. We only drank it warm.
Okay, see that's a problem.
You gotta chill it up a little bit.
$8 for a case of beer. So you could drink Meister Brow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That George is definitely a fucking drinker. anyone who says Meister Brow, well, that's not bad.
Sure.
It was terrible.
Really?
Oh,
When will you have your first beer today?
yeah. What time? We don't have any here. We'd offer you.
Yeah.
It would be kind of fun if he was drinking a beer while talking about his Drinking
Yeah,
with George
right,
book.
right. I'll
Why
have the
not?
Coffee. What? Because I don't drink in the daytime.
You started pretty much. You make yourself wait till.
Yeah, that's why I hate like daylight savings time. It's like,
Yeah.
what the
see.
hell? Come on, go down already.
Are the shakes real
It's,
bad as you wait wait for the sun to go
Yeah,
down?
I'm shaking away.
No, but have you had? Do you make yourself wait? Like, all right, like I'd like to indulge a little bit, but I better wait until.
Yeah, actually, like when the game comes on at like 6 out west or something, I'm kind of like, it's like still 2 hours of daylight. I don't really, so you're a little bit thrown off.
Right.
Yeah.
Does the wife give you crap about it, or the kids like, yeah,
No.
come on? No, they don't care.
No.
All right.
Let me say hi to Steve in Florida. We got George Wendt in studio.
Hey, George, how you doing?
Good.
Listen, I saw you at the Great American Beer Fest in Denver, Colorado. Tell us a little bit about that. I know you made the appearance, I guess,
Yeah.
to kind of sign in some autographs or whatever, but did you get a chance to enjoy the beer, and what you think about the different regions and all?
It's really kind of shocking, the quality of the craft brew, movement in America, at least. I'm sure all over the world, but it just blows my mind. Like, everything is just ridiculously good.
What was this beer event?
Great American Beer Festival in Denver, and it's probably they give out awards, and it's probably the biggest award thing for America.
For the beer itself?
For beers, various categories of beers.
Did you go out there, or did they bring you out as a celebrity?
I think I went out there by way of trying to promote my book.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went out there to kind of be around a bunch of other
Drunks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my book wasn't released yet, so it was kind of not the best timing in the world, because I couldn't really sell any or sign any, or how they do,
How long before the book came out did you promote there?
Kind of just a few weeks before. So the timing was bad, but I'll go back, say, next year if possible, and be like selling the merch, if you will.
Do you think television now is what happened? I find this getting a bunch of shit now on Family Guy because of some anti-Vietnam War joke or whatever. But doesn't it seem like the only place we allow any type of edgy comedy anymore on TV is in cartoons? I mean, what do you think, as a guy who was in a successful show, about what is being passed off, I guess, as edgy comedy or whatever on sitcoms now?
Yeah, I don't pay much attention to a lot of shows, so I'm not a good person to answer that. But a lot of the comedy is very soft, and if they try to be edgy, it's it's really more fun on the cartoons, because they're just so fast. Like, for example, Family Guy, it's just hilarious, but they say stuff and it's over, and it's like, did he? Whoa, what?
Yeah.
And the references are so fast and funny that it's like a freight train. You just can't.
You guys want the
there's
clip
no stopping
that
it.
you're referencing, Jim?
Yeah,
So I have it if you want.
Okay, yeah, this was on this week's, I think, South Park.
Sunday's Family
Sunday.
Guy,
Oh, Family Guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
if it ever goes.
There is actually, it's actually a very funny part in this where they have the, it's not playing. There's two they show the Washington Monument. Oh.
There it is, Washington, D.C., the seat of government for the world's former most powerful nation.
Wow, those are all the monuments I read about in school. There's the Washington Monument.
The Washington
There's
Monument.
the Obama Monument.
It's black, much bigger.
See, because
And there's the Vietnam War Memorial.
Hey, check out that Vietnamese guy giving the business to those Vietnam vets.
Scoreboard! Scoreboard! Oh, what happened to your friend? Hey, I know that guy. I kill him. He cried like a bitch.
Holy
Vietnam,
shit.
undefeated.
wow,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah, it's a rough one.
wow.
So you don't really watch most of sitcoms or anything like that?
Not really. What I think I've seen, like Curb Your Enthusiasm, I'll watch, and it's not judgmental or anything.
I'm judging. I think most of it's terrible. It's because I think they're too afraid of being offensive. They're too afraid of getting the letters from people. I mean, even Sam Malone. It's like he's just a drinker who wanted to bang a bunch of chicks in a bar. He's in recovery, but he wanted to bang a bunch of chicks. And the idea of wanting to bang a bunch of girls now in a sitcom, they'd probably go, well, it's not really likable. He should be.
Yeah, except for Charlie Sheen does that, and
In real life, yeah.
well, in the show, come on now.
I'm hearing that George has to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying
Wow.
you got to go.
The book is called.
I mean, we could talk to you all day.
It's called.
You got to go. Yeah.
Drinking with George, a Barstool Professional's Guide to Beer. Have you done signings and stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Are you doing any for this now on the softcover?
I don't think that's.
Did you want to do promo for this, or they kind of like, you got to get out and do some promo, and you're like,
No, I think I wanted to do it. I mean, I definitely wanted to do it.
what else are you doing?
Not much.
He's
I'm
drinking
doing
beer,
a lot of
Jimmy.
theater lately.
Oh, you are? I meant for the book.
For the book, yeah, various radio, and that's about it.
Are you doing plays?
Yeah.
Do you like theater acting?
Yeah.
I think I'm terrible at it. I've tried it. It's fucking hard, man. Because you have to kind of project out, but not look like you're talking unnaturally.
Yeah, and then they mic you these days, which is a bit odd. So it's a bit of adjustment if you're not mic'd.
How much do you despise cell phones and beepers and all that shit?
It's all right. It doesn't bother me that much, but it's pretty funny how they go off sometimes.
It's got to go.
I really haven't hit one thing that George relates to. I'm suck. My apologies, Mr. Wendt.
No, it was a fine interview, but
you're a very nice guy.
They're saying he really has to go.
I don't know what you're talking about, but if you're giving me the hook, fine, whatever. I thought I was here till 8:30. We're waiting a word.
Unless I misheard, I was told he had to be somewhere at 8:30. So.
See, George, I wasn't giving you the hook.
Got to be across the street at 9.
Oh, they gave us the wrong information. We have you at 7:45, and we have Mike Baker.
There you go. See, you got somebody waiting in the wings.
No. But we have him till 8:15. But I think we were told that you had to leave at 8:15.
Whatever. Peachy.
All right.
Well, what's going
I do
on?
what I'm told. I don't care.
You don't care?
What happened?
I don't know. I don't think George is happy, and I like George. I don't feel like he's happy. I don't know why. I don't want you to be upset with us.
No, I'm fine.
I thought he had to go. That's all. I wasn't giving you the hook. Now I feel awkward.
No, I don't feel awkward. I got to pee anyway. I mean, we talked for a half hour. That's fine. But
Cool.
Mike Baker is here, so I guess we should take a break.
All right.
Because I'm going to take a leak. But I have the feeling you feel like you're annoyed at us. I don't want you to be annoyed at us.
You're right, George.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we go too far with the drinking, maybe?
Wasn't intentional.
It was all based
Was
on
it good
the book.
for you?
It was all based on the book, Drinking with George.
I mean, no, we weren't. Look, I wasn't talking about that to make you uncomfortable. It's something I talk about. We do 5 hours a day here, so you kind of cover everything for a long period of time. And,
Sure.
I've talked a lot about my own drinking, my own, I guess, demons. And, I don't know. That's
You
fine.
think he's got demons?
Like any of us do. I mean, I don't think George.
What's your demons, George?
Gosh, I don't know. I never thought about it. Children.
You don't like children?
No.
I want to hug George. I really like George Wendt.
Could you give Jimmy a hug?
Before we go, I'll hug him. I don't know if he wants to hug.
We're gonna hug. We're gonna hug.
Like men. I don't mean in a soft.
Like a Viking.
Yeah, like men.
Like men. How men hug.
Yeah. All right. Well, this ended a little awkwardly. Let's be honest. It was an odd time for all of us.
I think George hates us now.
I don't want George to hate us for real. I want George to
come back and enjoy our show.
All right.
All right. Well, I do have to leak, so we'll take a leak. Hold on, we're all going to break.
Yeah, that was all right, man.
I don't want George just to leave while we're talking.
Kenny?
Hi.
Kenny.
I want to take a photo with you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what are you on a commercial break now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thanks for coming in, sir.
Sure.
Marge, can you photograph Mr. Wendt and myself? He's a very nice guy.
Should be getting a photograph with George Wendt. The great George Wendt. That's what I say, George.
Thanks.
Thank you, George.
Lid for my. Thank you. I'm gonna take a leak. My morning drug. Okay.
Huh? That was good.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, man. Good luck with the book.
Enjoy it.
All right.
Be well, George.
There goes George Wendt. The great George Wendt.
I do have to piss.
Huh?
I do have to piss.
Speaker on the hallway. Eric's trying to get something signed.
Oh, okay.
Coming up, my next segment.
Oh, what's your next segment, Kenny?
Well, you'll have to sit through the commercials.
Are you excited about the next segment as you produce the show today?
Yes, sir.
It's one of those really, really weird days.
It's a great day.
It is a great day.
It's raining in New York.
Yeah.
The only thing that would make it better is thunder and lightning.
Yeah. What's up, Jimmy?
He's a nice guy. He just strikes me as very sad. He strikes me as a really sad guy. Like, I feel like we missed something with him.
He hasn't done a fucking thing since Cheers.
But I mean, like, he's on the edge of
Dude, he's a mess.
Yeah, he is a mess.
What's wrong, Sam?
But he was a nice guy.
Sam?
Mr. Wendt chose not to do liners for the show.
Oh, no?
No.
All right.
Wait, ask him why. Bring him back.
No.
Bring him back.
Bring him back in.
Bring him back in here.
Eric,
E-Rock, get him. E-Rock.
he's not mad. He just has no idea what all this was. What happened? Yeah.
Wait, bring him back.
What's he?
Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Tell him we're back on the air.
But what was weird, though, is like, I was being very honest with the guy.
Look,
I wasn't being rude
he's
to him.
not.
Was I rude to him?
No, he's a very talented guy. He's not working because he's drinking too much, and that's sort of what you were trying to get at, subtly, without being a dick.
But I wasn't. I was only like trying to get him to talk about it because to me that's interesting. It's like, I mean, I would talk about.
E-Rock's back.
Oh boy.
What happened?
Yeah, he's done.
All right, welcome.
What?
I asked him. I said we just came back. They just finished doing live reads. We wanted to see if you had more time. Would you like to come back on and continue? And he goes, "No, I really have nothing more to say here." So,
but you had nothing to say to begin with.
Yeah, he was
going to
very.
the bathroom,
I wonder if he heard any of the show before.
No, you see him. He's a mess.
Yeah,
he's tired and he's very hungover. In my opinion.
I think he's also probably hypersensitive to the
drinking thing,
alcoholism thing. Like
I understand he is, and
like
I
he
don't
doesn't want people to take drinking out of the context of it's a fun thing.
No, I understand that, but
he wanted us to just keep the drinking as a fun thing, which is
I can't do that. Like I don't.
That's tough for Jimmy
because it's not honest. It's like I'm honest about what I am.
And where you come from, that's almost impossible to do. You've seen what drinking could do to you personally and the people around you. So it's tough for Jimmy just to turn all that off and go, okay, drinking is fun, yay.
But you know, when Ozzy's here, he'll talk about the horror stories. But it's never a bummy interview. It's always a fun interview. And yet he's talking. You know, he admits that he almost choked his wife, or he talks about the horrific things. And when a guy comes in after writing a book about beer, and says, I'm like too tired, you have to ask.
Sam nailed it, though.
Yeah.
His book is called Drinking with George. It's all just fun things about drinking. The rehab quote I read, you know, we twisted that around. And he wanted us to just keep it all fun, like beer is fun. And
I didn't think
let's party, and, you know. And we took a serious approach with that, and he was not prepared.
Trying to ask him real questions, like what happens when, do you feel like the money's going to run? I'm interested in that. A guy's been on top for 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I apologize if I fucked up.
I don't think you fucked up.
All right.
I mean, I think we did our best with him. I don't think it's one for the ages, right?
Not at all. But to me, the interesting part of that was his.
They're saying you got to go. What? Really? What? Who?
No, they didn't.
What happened?
Apparently, George Wendt's Wikipedia has been updated since this interview.
And what does it say? He's a nice
He's a
guy.
very nice guy.
It says
he looks like he's in rough shape, though, man. Ted Danson doesn't look like that. Even Fat Kirstie Alley doesn't look like that.
And he mentioned the weight.
Woody Harrelson doesn't look like that. Shelley Long doesn't look like that. Jay Thomas doesn't look like that. We see him every day. George has, in my opinion, a drinking problem that's getting in the way of some things. Maybe it's not our place to have an intervention with a fucking sitcom legend, but
I didn't want to have an intervention. It was just like if you write a book about it. Again, I know what this is because I wrote a book about it. About the fucking perversion. I get it. She's doing fat actors. It all ties in. We're all fucking addicts on some level. So just come on.
Yeah.
Talk about what it's doing to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that's more interesting
what
than.
Was he talking about? Like a workout program? What is he talking about? When did he? What?
The exercises.
I said, when are you going to start? I didn't know.
To me, he didn't seem like a dick, though. He seemed really depressed and really bummed out.
I think because we took the serious approach. I think he really wanted to keep it fun with just beer. Beer, fun, drink,
But he
fun.
wasn't in a fun vibe when he came in.
It's true. He came in very low energy.
He came in very low energy, like a guy who had too many beers last night. So how do you not talk? What are we going to...
His eyes look like he's dealing with maybe too many beers last night.
All right, well.
You did a great job. What are we going to do? We're not going to keep beer fun when there's another angle we could take. Your angle was great.
I don't even mind keeping beer fun if he was in a fun mood. If he came in like in a kind of a jocular, upbeat mood, went, hey guys, hey, what's up, man? I'm just drinking. then you do the interview. But when a guy comes in and he looks like he just needs to be laid down and have a fucking and be held.
Where do you think it went wrong? When I mentioned that Ted Danson hasn't called him yet, but Jimmy has done the show with him?
No, he was bummed before that. The drinking got him, I think.
What was the first question? No, he sat down weird.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, when we talked about his liquid dump?
Oh yeah, because he was squeezing one out in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, and you asked for a solid.
Carolina man says that was radio molasses.
I was also glad that he wasn't wearing headphones when you mumbled, "Ha ha ha, this sucks."
I mean, well, kind of did though.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to try to beat the guy up. He wasn't a jerk or anything, but it was just it was like the proverbial pulling teeth, though.
You want the beginning? Because Travis
yeah, what's
has it
the
if you want.
beginning?
Yeah, let's see where it went wrong. George Wendt. Wow, man.
He did go.
It's a weird day.
It is.
Like, the timing's off on everything, and then it's like, all right, well, let's do our George Wendt interview, and no, he's too busy taking a beer shit. So now we got to wait.
Kenny is working on his next segment.
Is he? All right, that's great, because the first one was just amazing, so can't wait for the second one.
I don't know if it's great or not.
We got a salute to former intern Sean we can play right now for everybody. Is Sean coming in, though, so we could get his side of the story?
Yep.
As far as Troy Kwan going out with his girlfriend, Troy told that whole story yesterday.
Yeah, he'll come in.
He'll come in, what,
Maybe later
Friday?
this
Or
week.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
I backed
Friday?
it up.
yeah, let's do that. Here's George Wendt. Oh my God! All right, so
George.
can you pause that, Travis? Thank you. That was me reacting to what he looked like.
Yeah.
He came in here really slow. His eyes were like, he looked really tired, possibly hungover. I don't know. And that's why the Jesus Christ, like, oh, this is going to be rough.
Yeah.
All right, continue, Travis. Oh my God. George.
George. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Sit.
How are you, George? Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Fresh as a
Thank
daisy?
you. Yeah.
How did the bathroom go? You all right?
Yeah. You have the cameras?
We have cameras in there, yeah. Did you take a good one?
It left my scent.
Huh?
I left my scent.
Oh, you had to drop a deuce before you came in?
Yeah, nice.
All right, here's the thing.
But I want to talk about what he dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Was it solid or was it, was it messy?
It's solid.
Solid? Okay, that's good. That's healthy.
I love the fact that you actually answered that question.
Why not? What are we going to do? Talk about Cheers? He doesn't want to hear about Cheers. Let's talk about our dumps for a while.
Are you tired of hearing about Cheers?
Whatever.
You don't care?
I don't have an agenda.
All right. So what?
Other than I need coffee.
We could get you coffee.
No, it's actually the press rep is on her way.
What?
The press rep is on her way.
Okay.
All right.
Is she bringing you coffee?
You can stop this.
He didn't realize that you guys were on the air when he was talking about his dumps.
Well, how about the on-air light was on?
Fair. I mean, I'm not saying you're to blame.
I mean,
but
you said welcome to the Opie and Anthony show.
I did, right?
Yeah, we have headphones on.
See, that was rough right from
We
the
have headphones on.
Well, you're talking into mics, which is not
right, which is not a normal practice when you're not doing a radio show. That was rough. What do you do with that?
The first minute was like, all right, we joke a little bit and then get into...
Right.
But he seemed very down.
Yeah, we were trying to get
coffee.
the energy up and get a rhythm going. It started out okay. It could have went much better from that point, but never did. Oof. Are you just annoyed by it?
No.
Yeah.
He's not. Because he wasn't being mean or he wasn't trying to be a dick. He's just hung over and a little bummed that I think it really gets to him. He's probably running out of money. I don't know if he is or not, but that's the indication I got.
Right. Well, you got to do something about it.
It's rough. It's rough when you're fucking on top for all those years.
Right. Yeah, he had a great run.